everybody, welcome back. Another edition of Live Free. This is Joe White from Get Life Coaching, and I'm honored for you to join me once again. And I don't know about where you're at, but here in Delaware, it is hot. We are hitting triple digits again today. So if you're hot where you are at, I wish you coolness. And if it's cool and comfortable, tell us where you live. Maybe we'll come out and visit you or do a seminar there, right? But, you know, our lives are busy. Let's face it, by the time we open our eyes, by the time we close our eyes, it's filled. It's filled with making a living, designing your life, going to work, creating entrepreneurial projects, family, church, spirituality, health, family again, kids, all these things that we fill our lives with. And for most people, most of the time, there are really good things. But very often, even the good things distract us. Distract us from what's most important. Distract us from taking care of ourselves, from checking on ourselves, to making sure that we are aligned. And then there's all the negative stuff, like the economy, or people, places, events, fears, negativity. So we're always on this course, and we're trying to keep that momentum. And the reason why I create this, you heard me say it's so important, one of the most important things in your life is what we call E squared, creating an empowering environment. An environment that would challenge you and structurally keep you focused, pointed in the right direction. And we might not have hours and hours to read and listen to books and tapes and come to tennis, one of our seminars. But what we do have is 4 minutes, 5 minutes, ways to use tools to kind of keep us focused, to tell us what we already know, but to get us to use it, or maybe get some new information. And that was the whole creation of Live Free, to help us to keep our wants separate from our needs. And you may be saying, what do you mean by our wants or needs? Because I think in society we use these words interchangeably. I want this, I need you. But those words not only have dramatically different definitions, but they also affect our nervous system dramatically different also. A want is a desire, it's a like, it's something that you prefer. A need is life or death. See, right now, you may not need a water. You may want one, but you may not need it. But if you were not able to get water for a couple of days, that desire for water becomes a need, a physical need. And we got 4 of them, right? We have food, water, air, and sleep. And the body responds very, very, very critically when we don't get them. Because we go into survival mode, we go into fight or flight. But we also have a set of emotional needs too. And they range from about where we get our comfort and our certainty, where we get our self-worth, our importance, our love, our connection, where we get passion, variety from, expansion, growth, sense of contribution and giving back. And these emotional needs must get met too. But the purpose of today is to talk to you a little bit about the difference of the wants and the needs and what happens when we make a want into a need. I mean, think about this. Do you want the promotion or do you need the promotion? Do you want someone to love you or do you need someone to love you? I know what you're saying. We've seen the movies, we've heard the song, baby, I need your loving, I need you in my life. Romantically, poetically as that sounds, it's not practical. It's a want. See, there are only a few things that we need on the emotional level to survive. That's a sense of certainty, familiarity, right? That's one. Sense of variety, passion, excitement, uncertainty. Number 3, a sense of significance, importance, that we matter, that we are enough, that we count. And lastly, a need for connection, for love, to be part, to belong. And there's a few others, but they're the primary needs. And we will always find a way to meet those needs. And we will do anything to protect us not being able to meet those needs. And we'll talk more about that in other tapes or videos, as we move forward. But again, what happens when we take a want and we make it into a need? And most of the time, these wants that we turn into needs are not under our control. So think about this. You have a want, you make it into a need, and that need is not under your control. What is that? That is a recipe of disaster. Because then what you're telling your nervous system, what you're telling your brain, is what you ultimately need for survival is not under your control. Instantly drives you to a state of emotional scarcity, and sometimes even physical. And it causes you to act and react in ways that may not serve you or serve the direction your life is going. So I want you to begin to think about what areas of your life are you making wants into needs? And the answer is simple. Everything. Anywhere you're stuck, I guarantee there's at least a hint of this. Because all that we need is within us. As cliche-ish, as personal development-ish that sounds. As, I know this is not a word, hyperbolistic. That could be. The truth of the matter is that it's true. All that you need is within you. The rest is wants. The rest is wants. Talking about the emotions, what we desire inside. So my challenge, my goal, my hope for you is that you go home and you begin separating. Maybe take a list and write everything that's important to your life and write out what's a want, a W next to it, what's a need, what you think. And then ask yourself, is that really a need or is that the strong want? Because who we are is greater than anything that's happening to you. I do not care, it does not matter. If you're unemployed, you, at your level of your heart, your soul, your core, whatever word you want to insert there, is greater than any problem. And you must continue to believe that. Because only through a place of abundance can we consistently create the life that we want. If not, it's pin the tail on the donkey. Or it's setting everything up. It's have, do, be. That's how we live our lives. What do I have so I can do what I want to do, so I can be who I want to be? Well, the challenge with have, do, be is that if you don't get the have, you never get to do the do, and you don't get the be, which is what you really want. You don't want to have the money. You don't want to have the relationship. You want to know what it means to you, the state, how you'll be. You'll be happy, be fulfilled, be loved. But that's always contingent on having the have. Or if you have the have, but you don't get to do the do, it means you never again get to the be. It's all predicated. Or worse, you get the have, you get the do, you get the be. But then something comes along and takes it from you. Or they turn their back on you, or you get rejected, or you get hurt, or your heart gets broken into a million pieces, or the economy turns, or the job market changes, or the real estate landscape changes, and it's taken from you. And then you're always in fear, if I get it, wait till the other shoe falls.